What would you be willing to sacrifice for one more chance? The Golden State Warriors have just gone through a season marked by a mixture of renewed hope and intense frustration. After years of dominance that transformed the NBA and marked basketball history, the Warriors felt time, relentless, beginning to take its toll. The arrival of Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline was a spark that reignited the flame of ambition. For a moment, it seemed the dynasty could be reborn, that the union of Butler with Curry and Draymond Green would bring back the shine of the golden years. The Dub Nation began to dream of a championship again, but harsh reality hit hard. In the second round of the playoffs, Golden State faced the Minnesota Timberwolves, and right in Game 1, the team's biggest star, Stephen Curry, suffered an injury that changed everything. Without their leader on the court, the team couldn't hold on and was eliminated in 5 games. Now, as the offseason unfolds, the scenario for the Warriors is far from comfortable. It's not just about recovering strength, but about making decisions that could change the franchise's destiny. And it is in this delicate moment that news emerges that could shake the team's foundations. According to insider Rob Murrows, Golden State Warriors management is already internally discussing the possibility of involving Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody in sign-and trade packages. This information, for any fan who breathes Dub Nation, does not go unnoticed. Kuminga and Moody are more than young players. They are promises that carry the hope of a sustainable future for the franchise. If you are a true fan who feels in your heart what is at stake, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and comment from where you follow the Warriors, because what's coming might be the turning point in the team's history. Let's dive into what this news represents. Jonathan Kuminga, one of the league's most athletic and explosive young talents, is facing a moment of uncertainty. He is a restricted free agent this summer and, according to reports, is no longer part of Steve Kerr's regular rotation. This raises questions about his future on the roster. Moses Moody, on the other hand, continues his path of growth. This season, he started in 34 of the 74 games he played, averaging 9.8 points, 2.6 rebounds, and 1.3 assists per game. His stats show consistent improvement: 43.3% shooting accuracy and 37.4% from three-point range. Despite this, the Warriors management is considering using both as assets to facilitate a trade that strengthens the team for the next season. This move is not just a market strategy. It reflects a dilemma between preserving the future or betting on the present. Steph Curry, the undisputed heart of the team, is approaching 37 years old, and injuries are beginning to take a toll. Draymond Green maintains a defensive essence, but the intensity is no longer what it used to be. The arrival of Jimmy Butler late last season reinforced the search for a competitive roster capable of facing playoff challenges. However, even with Butler, the team couldn't advance far enough. The window of opportunity, though still open, shows clear signs of closing. Behind the scenes, pressure on general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. is mounting. Steve Kerr, always a strategist and loyal to the team's core, needs to rethink the rotation and roster composition. The discussion about involving Kuminga and Moody in trades makes it clear the franchise is willing to make tough decisions. So far, there are no confirmations of specific offers or names of players who could come in exchange. But the mere fact of considering parting ways with these young talents shows the management's urgency to find a path that delivers immediate results. For the fan, it is a moment of reflection. Is it worth giving up 2 young players who grew within the system, who represent continuity, to try to build a more competitive roster now? Or is betting on the future, even with the risk of a few more years away from a title, still the best way? This decision is not easy, What is at stake is not just one season, but the legacy of a franchise that changed the NBA forever. You, who follow every play, every game, every piece of news, need to decide. Would you trade a piece of what is still being built for a real chance to compete for a championship again? Comment below what you think about this possible move. Do you want to see Kuminga and Moody solid in the roster, growing alongside Curry and Draymond? Or do you prefer they be used to pursue immediate reinforcements? As the offseason progresses and the days draw closer to the trade deadline, the Golden State Warriors find themselves at a pivotal moment, almost like a crossroads in the franchise's recent history. The desire to strengthen the roster and return to title contention is clear, but the pieces of this complex puzzle still need to fall into place. And in the middle of it all, a name that makes Dub Nation's heart race knocks on the door once again: Kevin Durant. Before the February 6th trade deadline, the Warriors left no stone unturned in their attempt to rekindle the partnership with Durant. The franchise aggressively pursued a reunion with the Phoenix Suns star, hoping to pave the way for his return to the Bay, where he lived magical moments, won 2 championships, and helped establish one of the most iconic dynasties in modern NBA history. But the dream didn't come true. Durant, firmly and definitively, made it clear he has no interest in wearing the Golden State Warriors jersey again. For any fan who closely follows the team, this news felt like a bucket of cold water, a deep frustration that hits Dub Nation in the soul. After all, imagining Durant once again alongside Curry, Draymond, and Kerr seemed like the ideal scenario to reignite the team's championship hopes. But as with every great story, things are never just black and white. The arrival of Jimmy Butler, acquired in a trade that surprised many, has already begun to reshape the Warriors' reality. Since Butler joined the team, they've shown new life, a renewed resilience that allowed the Warriors to advance further in the playoffs than many expected. Butler fit in as a key piece, bringing not just his numbers but a competitive fire and leadership that have proven essential to the roster. His presence helped the team overcome adversity and make it to the second round of the postseason. This evolution of the team with Butler makes the scenario of Durant's return less likely, or at least less urgent. As Anthony Slater of The Athletic pointed out, while Durant's market is active and full of speculation, with rumors suggesting he could be the first major domino to fall this offseason, the Warriors do not appear to be frontrunners in that potential sweepstakes. And there's a clear reason for that: Jimmy Butler. This isn't about comparing cold statistics. It's about chemistry, fit, and atmosphere. Butler has shown himself to be a happy, committed Golden State Warrior, ready to fight for the team. His connection with the roster, especially with Curry and Draymond Green, provides a solid foundation that shouldn't be easily broken. But what about Durant's own situation in Phoenix? His stint with the Suns, though filled with high expectations, hasn't been exactly smooth. Tensions with former coach Mike Budenholzer and early playoff exits have left scars and raised questions about the Stars' future in Arizona. In that context, the idea of Durant returning to the Bay is tempting. Beyond his familiarity with the Warriors' organization and culture, it could represent one last big opportunity to chase a third championship ring before considering retirement. At 36, Durant is still putting up elite numbers, one of the most lethal scorers in the league, averaging 26.6 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game, shooting 52.7% from the field and 43% from beyond the arc. Even so, the team the Warriors are building, especially with the addition of Butler, suggests the franchise is forging a new identity, one that's more cohesive, built around a collective style of play that values versatility and team chemistry. This creates a critical dilemma. Should they keep building on a proven chemistry, or take the risk of chasing an explosive yet uncertain reunion with Durant? For fans, this dilemma isn't just about basketball. It's deeply emotional. It's the clash between love for a glorious past and the urgent desire for a promising future. And it's exactly this tension that makes the Warriors' summer so fascinating and full of possibilities. So, how do you, true member of Dub Nation, see this moment? Is the best path to keep believing in what Jimmy Butler has already built, to bet on the power of the collective, on Curry's experience and Green's leadership? Or is there still room to dream about the return of one of the greatest stars to ever wear this jersey, even if the odds are slim? Leave your opinion in the comments, share your expectations, and be part of this conversation that's only just beginning. Because the future of the Golden State Warriors may depend on the decisions made in the coming weeks. And if you're here, following every detail of this decisive offseason, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. The journey to the next championship has already begun, and you're a part of it.